This is Perumudisseri temple, which belonged to the female branch of the Vaneri Madabhupati. The main, this is the Vettekkaran. Vettekkaran is their Dharma Deivam. And in fact, Vaneri Nadu had Purakkara Chennas. At present, there is only Purakkara Chennas in Vaneri Nadu, but there were other Chennas members. The Chennamangalam, there are 4 branches. One of them remained as Samarins Tantris, even after the Cochin kings left. They are still present in the area. The others left to Chennamangalam, including the people who were living in Chiriyathukumma, that is the Paliyathu Menonmar. Everybody went. Now, Talappalli Vamsha, they have several branches, and one of them, the Ainikutil Manakkulam Parvati Tamburati and Padirikottu Nambudiri, had children which belonged to the Punnattur Shakha of the Vamsha. And the Talappalli Tamburati, from the younger Tamburati, is known as Velorpad or Venmal. Probably you have heard of the Sankam Kritis in which the Veliyan Venmal. Veliyan is the Velir of the Veliyangod Kayal and the nearby area. She was the queen of the Jeraladan and like the similar kings of Cheranadu, of early Sangam. So this belonged to that branch, but when all the Vaneri Nadu people left, including the kings, the ministers, the Tantris, everybody left, when the Samarins attacked the area, the Vanilasheri temple or the Perumudisseri Vettekkaran temple complex came to the hand of Punnattur, and Chennas continued as the Tantri. You can see on the Sopanam here, you can see a rider on the Vyali, and this rider is having a raised hand with something in his hand, and also he is catching the tail of the Vyali, something like a horse rider. We don't know whether it is Lavulisha or not because of the raised dand. We can probably imagine that sort. Then there is a Shasta, a Kirada Sunu Shasta, very small figure, a short statured person is seen. Then there are small niches in which similar figures and sculptures are seen. Only the lower part of the Adhishtanam is made of granite. The rest is by stones. The Sopanam has the Dwarabalaga figures, and the Sopanam is something like a in front of the Sanctum Sanctorum, as if inside there is a Ugra figure. See, there is a very ancient looking lion sculpture there, something like a Narasimhi figure. Then the decorations on the Sopanam, the small figures there are all showing the antiquity of the temple. The area is very ancient actually. Because you know the most ancient Rajavamsha in the history of the whole India at present is the Mushaka Vamsha, because it goes back to 10,000 BC, the origin. So at present it is the oldest Rajavamsha. So the sculptures also are very ancient looking, not the mature perfected artware. This is a very ancient one. It's a Dutala temple, and the lower part is made of, the lowest part is made of granite, and the rest is made of red stone, which is very abundant in the area. And the all around it is very lush green surroundings, and there are lots and lots of stones, granite stones lying here and there. And some of them looks like having some scripts on them, which we cannot read at present. That they are very ancient scripts. Some of them looks like scripts themselves. Some of them look like pictographs, and the very ancient banyan trees in front all shows the antiquity of the temple. The oldest Tamburan or king of Mushagavamsha was called Vanneri Namboodiripadu. Because he is actually a Brahma Kshatra. So the eldest king was known as Vanneri Namboodiripadu. And the eldest Tamburati, the eldest queen of Mushagavamsha or Iliyangadu was known as Amma Tamburan. Amma Tamburan, what you call without any gender. So this is the old names of Iliyangadu or Mushagavana royalty. Now we will go to one of the temples of the Thalapalli Kovilakam, that is the Chittanjoor Shreekendeswaram temple. We will just see that temple, because in that temple there are so many ancient scripts as well as some pictographs. I think nobody had ever tried to read them. So we will just see a few photographs of Chittanjoor Kovilakam. When the Mushaga kings came for the first time, the place for them to sit was given by the Thalapalli Vansha, which is called the Vedda kings or Veda kings of the southern parts. The Thalapalli Vansha gave the place, and after that they intermarried with each other, and this Vansha, this Thalapalli kings were the Valnampi of the Punnayur, the Valnampi of the entire Panniyur Grama, and they used to accompany the king, the Mushaga or the Chera emperor, when they go to the Mamangam for Nilabad Tara. They had the right to become the king, the emperor, provided they show their ability to be that. But they lost this privilege when in about AD 2000 or 3000, one of the Valnampis, one of the Thalapalli elders, followed the instruction of the Sabha and killed the then emperor. And the Sabha gave them a punishment, saying that hereafter you will not be able to contest for the emperorship. But they continued as the Valnampi. And also the closest relation to the emperors. Now Shreekendeswaram is the temple of the Chittanjoor Kovilakam. Each of the Kovilakam had their own temples, and not one, several of them. So these temples were their centers for administrative and spiritual and educational activities. And this actually requires more of studies from the